Good morning from Las Vegas with Dr. Shelley. I wanted to introduce you to one of the first books I wrote, which is called Soul Sex. And it's called Soul Sex, a sexual adventure through the chakras with erotic escapades in exotic lands. And you'll notice that it's originally written under my pen name, Pavitra, which is my spiritual name that was given to me in India from Osho, and it means pure life. And originally, I decided to write the book under my pen name because I was also in the process of writing another book with my partner that was going to be published by Penguin Putnam, and I decided that it would probably be better to avoid any press on my erotica story that would detrimentally affect the nutritional side of the seriousness of the work that we do in our seminars and around the world. But then I carried on and I did my PhD, specializing in philosophy and human sexuality, and I decided to re-release the book in 2013 under my Dr. Shelley name. So here it is, the Dr. Shelley version that was released in 2013. The original, written under Pavitra, which is pretty much the same, was originally released in 2004. I also did an audio version of it, which got nominated for an audio award, and I didn't win that year. I think Clinton won that year. So anyway, I got a special mention for a prize for best audio production, and that was recorded up in a wonderful studio in San Francisco. And the music to the audio, which you can download the whole audio at audible.com, the music is original music by my brother. So that's really cool, introducing the chapters. So basically the book Soul Sex is sort of like a very creative version of my journey from leaving New Zealand after I graduated with my law degree and traveling for 7 years around the world studying sexuality, spirituality, and the healing arts. And so then I decided to write a story about a New Zealand girl traveling around the world. She visits 12 different countries and has lots of different sexual experiences. And it's her journey to find sexual fulfillment on all levels and sexual awakening and sexual satisfaction. So I thought it'd be a fun one also to tie in the chakras, the energy centers. So I formatted the book in terms of the chakras. So the first couple of chapters are based on the base chakra, the red chakra, our connection to the earth. And they are in Africa and Australia. And then after that, then we move up into the second chakra, which is the sensual, sexual energy of our bodies. And those chapters are in France and Jamaica. And then I had to be very creative, and I took creative liberty, of course, to, and certainly probably seems like maybe a little bit of generalization about sexuality in those countries, but this is based on my own sexual experience and in those countries and the awakening that occurred for me. So the chapter 3, which is all about empowerment and opening up the third chakra, there's all the chakras on my t-shirt there. So the base chakra, and then the second chakra, third chakra is the power center, and those I did in Ireland and Germany. Had some wonderful experiences there that opened up my power center, and so I incorporated that into a creative version, and then onto the heart. And the heart, I had an incredible heart opening in Egypt when I was there many years ago in the late 80s, early 90s, and with Isis. So I incorporate that into there. And then England with the crop circles, and had a wonderful time over there. And then took it up to the throat chakra and the third eye, and went to Nepal and India, where I had a lot of amazing awakenings and openings and spiritual experiences there. And then I ended up back in New Zealand for the crown chakra, the ultimate meeting up with my soulmate, and that whole ideal of finding that one partner that can satisfy you on all levels. And so I did experience that 7 years ago, and I'm still with my life partner of probably 28 years now. And the book Soul Sex is based on that first 7 years, discovering in a journey, working out what it is that awakened me up. And one of the main things about soul sex is saying yes to life, saying yes to experiences that come your way, because you never really know whether you'd like something until you try it. So my philosophy has always been to try it at least once or twice, because sometimes the first time it can be a little awkward, trying out different things. So try it a second time, even a third time, and then decide whether it's something that you enjoy or not. So one of my philosophies is to say yes to life. But I did want to read you, it's a very interesting book. It's a fun book because it's encouraging you to get out there, travel the world, say yes to life, and enjoy it. But I will read you an excerpt from it because I think you would enjoy this. Soul sex is an erotic fantasy fueled by my overabundant imagination. By reading these fantasies and sexual escapades, it's my intention that your own fire be lit, your imagination run wild, and you get inspired to bring some of these ideas into your own relationships to activate and awaken your chakras and sexual desires. It has been said that many girls in China who were born in the year 1966, which was the year I was born, were superstitiously aborted. The communities knew the power of the year of the fire horse and dared not risk the potential chaos a woman born that year would bear upon the community. Full of fire, a horse at full gallop, with no rider at the helm, I jumped into the world in that year, experimenting with anything and everything, right from the word go. Is it any wonder that I would travel the world seeking the answers to life's many questions, searching for a love so powerful, so rich, so meaningful that my soul would feel satisfied at the deepest level possible? Searching for a rider who could enjoy the ride, allow me my freedom, cherish the flight through the dark night of the soul on into the light. Having looked through many windows and walked through many doorways, I finally found my way back to myself. The key for me was to move the energy, to free my body, be all I could be. Through movement and music, sexual playfulness, and travel, I found my connection to what I am, and with that, a connection to another aspect of my soul, through whom I have found the ultimate sex of all, soul sex. Let these pages take you on a journey, a passionate sexual journey through the chakras, our energy centers, into exotic continents, sexual escapades, into fantasies you can recreate in your own lives to enhance your experience called life, and bring back some of the wonder and joy of being alive, of being you, a beautiful, sexy, sensual, passionate, powerful, heart-centered, expressive, aware you. You are all this and more. Experience it. I really started to tie everything together when exploring the 7 energy centers, the chakras and subtle energy bodies through dance in India. I realized that as I focused on the first chakra, my sexual desires were more raw, sexual and physical and earthy. As I moved up into the second chakra, my desires changed and I searched out sensuous, sensual loving. When I reached the third chakra, I needed hot, powerful, full-on sex. Yet when I was working on my fourth chakra, that type of sexual encounter basically revolted me. I needed the heart connection, the security of feeling at ease and under no pressure to perform. When I reached the fifth chakra, I felt the need to connect with someone with whom I could communicate verbally my desires and make lots of noises while making love. The sixth chakra was different again. I longed for that third eye connection, the feeling of being bathed in purple light as I orgasmed, the urge to be the light. When I was focusing on my seventh chakra, I wanted a very meditative lover, one with whom I could lie there in unison, listening to the silence, becoming one breath and feeling my connection to all that is. Such totally different loving on each level. It was amazing how my needs changed as I focused on my different energy centers. We are all of these types of lovers. Sometimes we're more centered in one chakra than another. Sometimes it is important to experience and activate each and every chakra in order to fully experience life and loving. Once we have truly activated each center, Then we can choose from which one or which ones we want to transmit and receive on. For in essence, that is what a chakra is, a transmission and receiving center. It is fascinating to look at our relationships in this light. With some friends, we go on trips into nature, a first chakra activity. Others we contact when we want to go out and feel romantic, enjoying the sensory delights of food, a second chakra activity. Sometimes we want to get motivated and simply have a good time and feel our sassiness, a third chakra activity. And at other times we want to just hang out and read a book or cuddle up and watch a movie, a fourth chakra activity. There are times when we really feel like just having a good old chat with someone, fifth chakra activity, and there are certain people we like to do more spiritual, enlightened activities with, such as yoga or meditation, a sixth chakra activity, and still others with whom we feel really comfortable just being in silent contemplation, a seventh chakra activity. That is why we need many different friends, companions, and or lovers. Unfortunately, in our society, these different needs are not recognized, and partners get jealous if we go out and spend some time with others, especially those of the opposite sex. Yet it is totally understandable when you realize that we all have different needs, and that it is very rare to find one person who can meet all those needs. However, it is possible to find that one person, and I have. And if you do, you are very blessed. I feel that we require activation in our lives on all levels, on all chakras. If we deny or suppress one aspect, we are denying the possibility of achieving our true potential in this lifetime. That is the reason why so many people do not stay in their relationships. They are often judged harshly for moving on, especially if children are involved. But in these times, we are, in essence, we have the possibility of experiencing many different lifetimes in one life, rather than taking eons to move through our issues. This may mean changing partners and experiencing what we have to offer with them and then moving on, thanking them for what they have allowed us to share and learn. When we think of our relationships in this way, it is easier to see why we were attracted to a person in the first place, whether we are still compatible, and what needs to be worked on with regard to activation of particular chakras in areas of personal growth. With greater understanding about the chakras, we may be able to grow more in the relationship rather than move away from it. As we understand our own needs and desires and where we are chakra-wise, we can focus on our own needs, empower our own chakras, encourage our partners to do the same, and then reassess the whole situation. Maybe simply by activating each chakra with the fun, playful suggestions outlined in this book, your relationship to yourself and your loved one will blossom also. Then again, maybe you'll realize on which levels, chakras, your relationship is not connecting, and allow each other to explore other ways of satisfying those chakra needs. In my own life, I experienced many different connections with people on each and every level until I found one with whom I resonated on all levels. When I met my now life partner, the bells and whistles went off, the earth moved, a lightning bolt struck me, and I knew deep within that this was the one. The love I share now with my beloved continues to grow and get better every day. When we make love, I feel like a virgin each time, experience the wonderment of sensation, of every cell coming alive, of a connection so deep that our souls can fly limitlessly high. We love, laugh, play, talk, write, ski, travel, debate, grow, share, and experience the heights of orgasmic ecstasy as often as we can. I give thanks every conscious moment for the beauty and completeness of our love. A love on all levels. I have called this book Soul Sex, which is what I have discovered with my beloved. In essence, soul sex is that which connects the spiritual with the physical, plus all the pieces in between. I have formatted this book in line with the 7 chakras, combining the 7 colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, with the elements earth, water, fire, air, sound, light, and ether, and consciousness. And the sensations, the physical, the sensual, the powerful, the heartful, the verbal, the insightful, and peaceful, with stories set in different countries, Australia, Africa, France, Jamaica, Germany, Ireland, Egypt, England, Nepal, India, and New Zealand, interlaced with experiences relating to each chakra, such as walkabouts, mud, waterfalls, food, dance, massage, steam, heat, horse rides, mountains, meditation, chants, and breathing. And music, of course, that resonates with each energy center. Didgeridoo, drumming, romantic, reggae music, classical, techno, love songs, ballads, chants, Indian, New Age, and of course, sex on all levels. Reading this book is a fun way to learn about the energy centers, about conscious sex through the chakras, about passionate adventures to exotic lands, about rhythms and cultures, music, rituals, and dance. It is possible to have experiences, of course, that relate to each of the chakras in any country and with any individual, regardless of their cultural background, of course. I do not intend to offend anyone or any place or countries or put them into any boxes or stereotypes. This is simply fantasies. These are simply fantasies modified to fit my chakra outline. I hope you get excited by what you read and stimulated on every level so that you can get the most out of this wonderful experience called life. Love is magical, and when we find that connection on all levels, within ourselves, then we can share with others and enjoy. Soul sex, the ultimate experience.